All right, next step after we've sewn our seam is we are going to serge. Serge is a seam finish. Right now we've got kind of these hairy ends that are coming off, and if we were to just leave this, it would eventually unravel to the point that it hits our seam and then it'll break and our fabric is no good anymore. So we're going to come over to a serger and do a seam finish on it. Sergers are a little bit different than your regular machines. It has 4 threads that it uses. There's 2 needles. It's a pain to thread, so if it's not working right, don't try and fix it. Just tell me and I will fix it. There needs to be loopy thread coming out the back. If there's straight thread, like at your regular machine, don't use it, we'll fix it. All right, when you do this, we are going to open up our seam allowances and we're going to seam finish each one separately. So when you come up, don't use the presser foot lifter. Actually pick up the presser foot and put your fabric underneath. I like to line it up just on the edge of this little lip here. This is a blade that's going to go up and down, so anything that's sticking out over the edge of this is going to get cut off, whether that be fabric, thread, pins, things like that, fingers. So make sure you're being safe with this. We need to be safe with our equipment. Keep your fingers clear of it, and it does go faster than a regular machine, so at first it kind of takes a little bit of a running start going into it. And right here you can see it's cutting off anything extra. This part is just a trash can where it can go in. Now once you get to the end, normally we would just pull this out, but if you do that, you're going to break something. So we're going to continue sewing, and you can end it 2 different ways. You can use scissors and actually cut it, or what I like to do is at least make sure that it's long enough that your fabric hangs off over the edge. And then take your thread, wrap it around, and allow the machine to cut it off for you. So it does the work. You still have to cut off the thread from the first one, but it makes it a little bit easier. You're going to do both sides of your seam allowance. Sometimes people will do their seam allowances together. Kind of whatever your teacher is telling you to do that. Now you do have to be careful. Sometimes fabric gets stuck underneath it, and then you sew multiple layers or cut multiple layers. If you accidentally cut some of your fabric, there's no way of fixing it. All right, and now we have our seam finishes and we're ready to press.